loves! Welcome to today's pick a card reading on a message that needs to find you today. So these are my three piles. We've got pile 1 with blue goldstone and May. We have pile 2 with strawberry quartz and February. And we have pile 3 with blood jasper and younger woman. So feel free to take as much time as you need, pick whichever pile you're drawn to, and let's get right into it. Hi loves! So if you picked the blue goldstone and May, this is your message that needs to find you today. So I'm going to start the shuffling process, but if you prefer to skip that, I'll leave a timestamp down below. So we're going to start with the tarot cards. I like to get 6, but sometimes we get more. Message for pile 1 today. What does pile 1 need to hear right now? Message for my pile 1s, please. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. A message for my pile 1s. What do they need to hear today? A message for my pile 1s. Message for my pile 1s. Oh, that's too many. Message for my pile 1s. Okay, that's 1. Oh. Actually, I'm going to take those 2. Message for my pile 1s today. What do my pile 1s need to hear? Thank you. one. A message from my pile ones. Thank you. Alright, my pile ones, now that we have all your cards, let's see what the message is for you today. So, we have Axe, forces working against you. We have Bat, take care, enemies are working against you. We have Empty chair, someone is leaving your life. Dog, far away, a distant friend is thinking of you. Seahorse, with family matters. And V, victory in some endeavors. So, as I was shuffling, I heard in my mind's eye that maybe there's some sort of energy of trying to keep up with appearances. Now, I don't know who that's for exactly, but that's just what I heard. So, let's have a look at some more cards, shall we? So we have money, find a way to abundance. Dragonfly with live life to the fullest. We have the Queen of Swords. The Five of Pentacles. The Chariot. What I'm getting is perhaps some of you are in some sort of maybe work situation or even a relationship that you're sticking with to keep up certain appearances, maybe. For other people, so if it's for family, maybe you're staying in a situation for the benefit of your family rather than yourself, but I see that it's not healthy for you. And you know this, but you're trying to persevere through it rather than go in a direction that perhaps would be better for you. Yeah, we have the Seven of Cups. Maybe you're trying to convince yourself that this is the right thing to do and the right way to go, and that it's for the benefit of everyone else. But I heard it's not doing you any favors. We have the Two of Cups, the Ace of Cups. So if this is staying in a relationship to keep up certain appearances, I'm hearing that it's blocking you from manifesting what you truly desire here. This sort of facade or illusion you've put up in front of your eyes is blinding you from receiving this cup, that this new manifestation of what you truly desire. But it's coming from a place of like a lack mentality, of fear that you can't get something better and you should just settle down or stick with this because of the uncertainty of what could happen if you decide to leave it behind. And with this dragonfly here, I think it's a message to you to live life to the fullest, to pursue what you truly desire, because whether you intervene or spirit intervenes, there will be an intervention. Like, it's not going to blossom any further than what it already is. And that to not be afraid, because as soon as you gain the confidence to step out, something or someone new is coming in for you to fill that empty chair. And to not, like this seahorse here, to not hold on so tightly. We have new moon in Pisces with attune to the divine. And last quarter moon in Leo with lighten up. Now, the recent full moon was in Leo, so maybe this full moon is helping you into that shift in energy towards maybe moving forward. So if you felt like a sudden surge of will to go towards something else, I would say to follow that, because it's in your best interest. I see that regardless of how hard you try to cling on to this, the universe is going to, with this axe, like cut the tie, and I'm hearing like whether you want to or not, it's going to shift you towards something that's going to be better for you. Yeah, we have what if I decide right now? I think that's an invitation to like choose your well-being for once. Choose your happiness for once. And not always only consider everyone else and what's good for everyone else, because you matter as well. And to decide that you matter and decide that your feelings and your well-being matter, and to go towards what you truly desire. To decide that if I let this go, who am I to say that something better isn't going to come through for me? Especially with this victory in some endeavor. I really see that if you decide today that you want better for yourself, things will start to shift. And perhaps even as soon as May, this new manifestation will come to life. But you need to trust that. When I cultivate a spiritual connection, I can trust the universe no matter what. that's back to trusting yourself and your judgment in going towards what you want without inhibiting yourself with doubt or what anyone else might think. Putting down the mask and embracing your truth and what you feel called to move towards. Yeah, we have abandoned. So something that might be holding you back is the feeling that maybe if I go towards what I want, I will have to do it alone. But with all these cups energies here, I'm really getting the feeling that that's not true, and new people will come into your life the minute you decide to walk along your path. We have demanding. So I'm noticing right away the seahorse, and the seahorse here talks about family matters. So, and with demanding, this card demanding, it's giving me the idea that maybe your family is what's really causing you to cast doubt on taking the path that you want to take, going towards who or what you want. They're casting doubt on your judgment, and perhaps that's why this abandoned card is here. You feel like you'll have to cut ties with a lot of people around you in order to move towards your dreams, your manifestations. But you're not in this alone, pile one. Whatever it is you choose to walk towards, I promise that new people, new loyal people who want the best for you are going to come into your life, and you won't be walking alone. Peaceful. Really, I do feel that the minute you decide to choose yourself and choose the path authentic to you and start trusting your judgment and your feelings, you're going to feel so free, like this bird, so at peace, and have this newfound relationship, not only with others, but with yourself. Because you're no longer casting yourself aside and your dreams and your desires aside for the benefit of other people. You're choosing yourself, and it's setting you free. And I see that the second you do that, your life is going to move so quickly towards your highest good. Things starting to finally change in your favor. I heard the wheel is turning in your favor the minute you decide to choose yourself. Pick you for once, pile one. Yeah. Free will. Exercising your free will without this illusion of, or maybe even you've been gaslit into feeling like choosing yourself and exercising your free will is somehow causing other people problems, or like being selfish, which is just not true. With the chessboard, it's like you're finally going to be making moves for yourself, for your benefit, for your future and your happiness, not just for other people. setting yourself free. I'm really getting this idea, pile 1. This message is like a permission to set yourself free from the expectations and judgments of the people around you that are holding you back, cutting ties with people who are not healthy for you, at least for this time, at least for this stretch of the journey. You can always go back to people later when you're strong enough to discern and decipher their ill intent and be strong enough to make judgment calls for yourself. But I'm seeing for this stretch of this beginning of this new journey, it might feel lonely because you've had to cut ties with lots of people that are around you and holding you back from this free will, this freedom to choose and decide your own life. But, you know, with one door closing, another one opens. New people will come in. The chair will be filled again. You just need to have courage to walk it alone for a little while. But that doesn't mean it's going to be forever. I think that would be a big stepping stone in your journey, learning to make decisions for yourself and trust your decisions and not worry about what other people think or say. Setting yourself free. And we have number 35, Pearl of Sorrow. So I'm going to have a read in the guidebook for this card. As I've said previously, I really like this guidebook. It often ties in really well with the message, the overall message. So let's have a read. Number 35. So, number 35, the Pearl of Sorrow. Taking responsibility for your experiences empowers you. Exactly. You're going to resolve an issue through spiritual inspiration and higher guidance. You will rise up in full connection to your spirit and access a wealth of divine treasure. That which has brought darkness into your world shall submit to the light and be transformed. Have courage and commitment to your awakening, for you are a precious being and can go far on the spiritual path this lifetime. Really following your intuition and trusting your judgment. I'm really getting that strongly. No longer giving that power to other people and finally seizing it, taking it back and standing in your truth with the Queen of Swords and not becoming so unshakable in your truth and in your power that you no longer care about what others think, and you don't let other people's judgments sway your own. And I see that really launching you with the Chariot towards everything you've ever wanted. And I see it being you being so emotionally fulfilled and at peace once you decide to do that. Yeah. This oracle has emerged in your reading because you have the capacity to become a light bearer. Safeguard your energy, yet trust that the light within is strong enough to see you through any struggle and eventually transform it into a precious pearl of sacred empowerment. You have wisdom in your divinely alchemical heart. You shall arise with dignity. Exactly. Trust that the light within is strong enough to see you through any struggle and eventually transform it into a precious pearl of sacred empowerment. It's all about empowerment. It's taking your crown back and filling the seat that is emptied by people living your life with yourself. Sitting in that chair, sitting in that throne and owning it and walking it alone if you have to, even if it's for a little while. But I'm getting strongly, Pile 1, to take your power back from whoever's dimming your light and trust this flame in your heart and start really honoring yourself and your wishes, and stop no longer feeling guilty for moving towards your highest good. Yes. I hope this reading resonated, Pile 1. I have high hopes for you. I think you've got this. You just need to stay confident and listen to the people that empower you. Listen to your friends that want the best for you and want to support you through this journey. And cut ties with whoever you need to, even if that's family. If they're not good for you at this time, it's okay to leave them behind, even if it's for this stretch of the journey while you come back into your power and you learn to trust yourself and your judgment again. So thank you so much, Pile 1, for being here. I wish you all the best, and I hope to see you in the next reading. Bye, Pile 1. Hi, Pile 2. Welcome to your reading today on an important message for you. So let's get started with the shuffling. If you prefer to skip this part of the reading, then you can, I'll leave a timestamp down below. But we'll start with the tarot cards. I try to get 6. Get one of these cards. These are the super attractors. Got one. Oh, I got 2. This card fell out from the deck, so I'm just going to use that one. But we'll get one more. Sorry, I'm trying to stop clanking my cards down on the table because I know it's quite loud, especially if you're wearing earphones, so I'm sorry about that. I'll try not to do that. Important message for my Pile 2s. Important message for my Pile 2s. What do my pile twos need to know today? There's 3 there. That's more than I usually like to take, but they flew out quite confidently, so I'm going to take those. And these tea leaves had fallen off the deck as well, so I'll take those. What do my pile twos need to know? I just had attention to detail. I don't know who that's for, but that's something I heard just now. What do my pile twos need to know today? Important message. Oh, okay. There's a lot of cards like falling off the deck or coming out, wanting to come out on their own, so I'm going to assume this is a very clear message for you guys. And these 2 were like slanted off the side of the deck, so I'm just going to take those. Alright. Okay, my pile number 2s. Now that we have all your cards, let's have a look at the message for you today. An important message for you. We have bridge, successfully overcoming a problem. Now, immediately when I saw this February card, there's this big cloud trying to blow down a tree. And I almost thought of the tree as you, clearly weathering some storms at the moment. So whatever it is you're trying to go through, good job, like you're doing a good job. It must be really tough, but this confirmation here with the bridge is saying you're overcoming a problem and you're going to be reaching the other side successfully. And this bridge looks quite stable, so you don't have to worry about that. I think the transition from A to B is going to be fairly smooth once you get past this initial difficulty. We have career. So maybe this is a career pursuit you're on that's really difficult at the moment, but I'm feeling good energy, like everything's going to be okay. We have rabbit, too much concern with sexual matters. Now that could be legitimate, but rabbits also signify abundance to me, so you might be really caught up in worrying about how you're going to obtain finances, your money. But we'll have a look at the other cards. We have birth or conception of a child or enterprise. So yeah, this must be like a new career pursuit you're worried about, or maybe hesitating to bridge over into it. It might be something completely new that you haven't done before, and that's causing you a bit of anxiety. Let's have a look. Maybe you're trying to get like a loan, but that's very specific. That could be for some of you. And we have Axe, forces working against you. I know that card sounds scary, but I'm getting this feeling that I'm getting the feeling that it's not someone else. I think it's you in a way, in the nicest way possible. It's like maybe you're letting your anxiety and your doubts get to you at the moment, and maybe that's why you're here, to receive this message. And we have Moon, changes in your life. So yeah, with the bridge and the Moon, I'm definitely seeing you successfully moving into a new phase of your life, but you might still be holding yourself back with some concerns and worries. Let's have a look at the rest of your cards. We have Archangel Gabriel, messenger of creativity and hope. Now, I'm not too well versed in the angels, but with messenger of creativity and hope, this has got to do with whatever you're pursuing at the moment. And I think with these children all around this angel, it's like whatever you're trying to do, it's going to benefit more than just yourself. It's going to be something that helps a lot of people. And to not give up and not let your anxiety get the best of you, because I think whatever this is you're trying to do, it's going to help a lot of people. Whether you can see that now or not, I believe it will. And intuition, trust your intuition, exactly. So maybe like with the clouds over the Moon, I'm getting the feeling that maybe your anxieties and fears and paranoias are clouding your judgment and your intuition, and it's holding you back in maybe crossing the bridge. Like you're at the precipice of a new beginning. You're at like the edge of the bridge ready to cross, but your anxieties and doubts are holding you back at the moment, with the forces working against you. Yep, speak your world into being. Embrace the flow of life. We've got first quarter moon in Gemini and full moon in Gemini. Some of you might be Geminis, but this could also be more talking about like the mental aspect. Could be a very intellectual pursuit. There's two people for, like, obviously it's representing the twins, but communication between two people, or even with this card here, lots of people. I see you being almost like a beacon or an oracle for things, for messages, for information perhaps. And another air sign, first quarter moon in Aquarius with trust the universe. Let me just check to make sure all the cards are in frame. Yep. Cool. We have, what if I choose the path of growth with number 22? So maybe something holding you back here is that this is something completely different that you've never sort of dabbled in before, and you would, stepping into this, you'd be a complete amateur maybe, and that's sort of holding you back. But this is going to be something that helps you grow into something completely new, learning completely new things that you never would have thought about before. And we have number 43 or 7. What if I choose more wisely how I invest my time? So I think this is an invitation to cross that bridge. Like what you're doing now, as much as you're very good at what you're doing at the moment, I think it's time for something new, and you're needed elsewhere is what I'm getting. It's time to leave your comfort zone and take that leap of faith. We have demanding and invasive. Like both of these cards, there's things invading this space, things swirling around that aren't in their best interests and aren't being helpful. Whether this is people or thoughts you're having that are clouding your judgment or making you doubt yourself, I'm getting strongly to really come back to yourself and understand trust your intuition, like trusting what you really want and want to do, and no longer letting this sort of like chaotic negative energy get in the way anymore. Like they both have their eyes closed, like shutting your eyes, closing your eyes to these sorts of things and no longer letting them into your space. No longer letting them invade your space and take your energy. The more I attune my energy with appreciation, the more the universe will deliver. So with this demanding and the more I attune my energy with appreciation, the more the universe will deliver, it's giving me the idea that maybe you have a very rigid idea of how you want this to manifest, and it's blocking you from receiving something even better that wants to come in because you don't want to accept anything but this set idea you have in your mind. But if you think back on everything that's happened in your life, like nothing ever really goes exactly to plan. As hard as we try to plan things, as hard as we try to make things go exactly the way we want it to or have dreamt of it to happen, a lot of the time, or most of the time, it never really goes to plan. But that's not always a bad thing. Like sometimes things don't work out for your favor, for something better, like something better you didn't even think about to come in. So getting the message to trust your intuition on the core values of what you want, but not to cloud your judgment with expectations of how this is going to manifest, because it could come to you in a totally different form is what I'm hearing. When I'm tuned into the energy of abundance, I become abundant. Exactly. I just noticed the invasive card and what if I choose the path of growth are both number 22. So you might have been seeing a lot of, oh my god, 43 and 34 as well. So you might be seeing a lot of reflecting numbers or repeating numbers like 22, 33, 44, that sort of thing. And I'm noticing both of these cards have this like fruit-bearing tree. Where this one is like just one single fruit, and this one is like a whole tree of fruit. And this is like in the dark, and this one hand just grasping for this one fruit, whereas in the light there's this whole tree of fruit that you never would have seen if you didn't turn on the light. So speak your world into being, but don't let rigid expectations of how you want things to go block all this abundance that wants to come in for you. Yeah. It's like I'm getting really strongly, there must be some sort of energy, people around you trying to even if it's just the anxiety voice in your head, like trying to cause you self-doubt, which is why I think I'm getting this intuition card. There's a strong message that, yeah, there's this sort of invasive clouding energy around you that you need to, I'm sure you know what this is, or who this is, or what I mean by this, but there's a need to sort of get away from whatever this is, to try and clear the path for you, because this energy is making it a lot more difficult to concentrate and focus, sort of like narrowing your vision towards what you want and what you're going after. With speak your world into being, maybe you're not talking very nicely to yourself, or you're letting your bad, I don't want to say bad, but like negative judgments of yourself or others' negative judgments of you get the best of you, and it's not letting you see how much you could bring into this world. And we have Hunter with aggressor, tracker, provider. So immediately, like, she looks so much more confident and bold than her. Like, she's listening to this voice speaking over her shoulder, but she's not. I think, especially with red, and when I see red lipstick, I think bold, I think confident, trying to maybe get yourself into situations or around people that believe in you and aren't going to cloud your mind with doubts and when I think of a hunter or a tracker, it's like they have a plan. They know exactly what they're doing, where they're going, and they have practical steps as well as as well as following the intuition. So I think a strong message for you today is to start taking the steps towards this goal by making a plan and surrounding yourself with people that appreciate you and your ideas. And yeah, even with this, what if I choose more wisely how I invest my time, maybe it's talking also about the people you're surrounding yourself with, because it really matters who you share your energy with, I'm getting. And maybe it's an invitation to start branching out and seeking more healthy connections that actually push you in the right direction. And we have number 13 with Bastet of 174 Hertz. Now, I like to read the guidebook for these cards because they often have really strong and beautiful messages. So let's just have a look in the guidebook. You've been moving so fast for so long that you're not realizing how wound up you've become. Gently unwind now to drop into a deeper, slower healing rhythm, and you will restore your body, mind, and soul. Things which seem too difficult right now shall soon seem very manageable and even pleasurable to accomplish. So maybe this wanting to go into something else has come after a long period of doing something tirelessly that you knew intuitively wasn't helping you grow anymore. Maybe in the beginning it was helping you move in the right direction, but now you've come to this precipice, this point where you know it's time to move into something else, and you probably know what this is, but you're afraid to make that leap of faith. So I think this card is inviting you to stop, take a rest, re-energize, strategize before you make that move. Because I'm getting a feeling you're probably a very strategic person, or someone that likes to plan. And maybe this anxiety is coming from feeling like you don't know where to start with the planning. One thing at a time, one step at a time. But if you're feeling really wound up at the moment and you can't think straight and it's clouding your judgment, maybe you need to wait for the clouds to pass. You need to slow down, stop for a moment, and once you've cleared your mind and the energies around you, then it will feel a lot safer for you to move forward. But it's important not to get stuck in this pause. Yeah. Yeah, the Oracle of Bastet of 174 Hertz asks you to slow down and take some time to heal, rest, relax, and enjoy your life. Then you can more effortlessly be a source of positive energy. We deal with issues far more effectively from a place of peace and relaxation than from stress. Exactly. If an issue has been troubling you, this oracle brings guidance that there is an approach available that can reduce suffering and increase your feelings of happiness. Open your heart to the divine feminine for guidance and inspiration. Bastet is a portent of joy and celebration. Believe in the happiness and healing your heart can create and attract. Yeah, whatever it is you're trying to do, it's going to be something that not only is healing for you, but for others as well. So before you embark on this journey, I think it's important to rejuvenate, re-energize yourself, because I think you've been going for a long time in whatever it is you're doing at the moment without a second to breathe. And it's really wound you up, and you haven't had time to sort of purge the negative energy around you and inside you. So let's have a look at the tarot cards. We have 6 here. You have Death, which is a card of rebirth and starting anew. Absolutely. It's time for that shift, for that next stage of your life. If you're watching this around the time I post, there was a recent full moon in Leo, I believe. But yeah, this shift, this full moon perhaps isn't sort of opening you up to this shift in your life, and it's okay to have a period between two endeavors. Like, you don't have to jump straight from one thing to another. You can cross that bridge at your own pace. Yeah, 10 of Cups. This new endeavor you want to go into, it's not only going to be so emotionally fulfilling for yourself, but I'm getting strongly it's going to be emotionally fulfilling for others. I'm not quite sure what this is. I think because it's a general reading, there's probably a lot of different things and a lot of different people this could be applying to, but whatever this is, it's going to bring you so much more emotional fulfillment than what it is you're doing now. You just need the courage to step forward. Yeah, clearing your mind, and taking time to clear your mind so that your wit is sharp and you're back with full energy, I heard. It's almost like you're at a rest stop, I just heard, before the next leg of your journey. So to really not allow yourself to get so anxious in that, I know that it can feel really anxious to be sort of sitting with yourself for a moment and not doing a lot. But I think for you right now, it's really crucial to allow yourself to be still and allow yourself to rest and be in that sort of blank slate energy where you've completed this one cycle and you haven't quite begun the next. This might be where a lot of this anxious energy is coming from. Like, you don't like being still and you don't like not doing anything. You might have like a Capricorn moon or like Capricorn energy, maybe even Virgo energy, or of course with the air signs, Gemini, the Gemini moon cards and the Aquarius, you don't like to be sitting still and not doing much, but I'm getting a message to encourage you that it's okay and you need this at the moment in order to be prepared for this next leg of your journey. Yeah, Four of Cups. So exactly, I think it's, firstly, what you're doing is, what you were doing, if you've already left that, or like what you are doing now, it's no longer fulfilling you. But I'm also getting that like this person is resting, and when they rest, this new fulfillment, this new manifestation is coming forward to them. This cup has come to them when they're in this state of rest. I think you've for a long time had this idea that in order to get things that you want, you have to constantly be moving, and have forgotten that rest is also really important. And I think for this group, pile 2, this idea, this emotional fulfillment, this manifestation is going to come to you after you've rested, for sure. King of Pentacles, yeah. It's going to be a very fruitful opportunity. It's going to be, what is that? Apologies. Pile 2. It's going to put you in charge and on top, and you're going to feel in control of your life again, I heard. I think not only is this going to be emotionally fulfilling, but it's also going to be financially fulfilling and putting you in a place where you can be comfortable, both materially and spiritually. Yeah, and this is like another confirmation of these sort of in this Nine of Swords, you can see she's being taunted by all of these negative thoughts, these anxieties and paranoias, and it's clouding her mind and clearly upsetting her. So, and she's in bed too, so I think pile 1, you probably struggle with allowing yourself to rest, because when you do, when you're in that still state, maybe it brings like negative thoughts out because you're not distracted by something else. So instead of running from this, I think it's time to sit and process all of these thoughts. Maybe writing in a journal will help, but like working through these thoughts and asking yourself where they're coming from, and not running away from them anymore. Because once you process them and you go through them and you understand what they mean and what's lacking that's causing these anxious thoughts, your mind will be so much clearer and you'll be able to make more informed and healthy decisions for yourself. So I think the important message for you today is you're on the brink of a new journey, but before you begin, you need to rest and you need to work through your clouded emotional state that you have right now, your anxieties and things that you might have been ignoring in the past. And that way you'll be able to step forward on the right foot and start working towards your happier future. So I hope this I hope this message resonated, pile 2. I so enjoyed reading for you. give yourself a break and be kind to yourself, because you have everything it takes to manifest what you desire, to speak your world into being. But for now, you need to take a rest and work through things you've been avoiding emotionally. So thank you so much for coming to my reading today, and you can do it, Pile 2. I believe in you. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye, Pile 2. Hi, Pile 3s. If you chose the Blood Jasper and the Younger Woman tea leaf, this is your message that needs to find you today. So I'm going to start shuffling, but if you prefer to skip this part, I'll leave a timestamp down below. So we'll start with some tarot cards. Message for my Pile 3s. What do they need to know? 2, 3, 4, 5, and a message for my Pile 3s. One more card. Thank you. I don't know if you guys listen to or know of Lofi or Lovey, Laufey, but as I'm shuffling, I just heard the song A Letter to My 13-Year-Old Self. So it's, oh my god, it's such a beautiful song. I recommend you go listen to that. And perhaps it has something to do with our message for you today. So, let's have a look. We'll try to get 6 of these. That is too many. 3, 4, 5, and 6. Apologies if you hear any background noise. That's just my family. What do my Pile 3s need to know? A message for my Pile 3s. That one wanted to come out too. Now this deck's called the Prophet. I didn't use them for any of the piles before, but as I was getting my decks ready, I sort of was on Copilot, and I opened the deck, like I opened the box with the deck, so I kind of just took that as I needed to get one of these cards, so I'm just going to do that. They're a bit harder to read. The guidebook is sort of written like well, these cards, it's kind of like a poem, and each card is a section of the poem. So yeah, it's a bit more difficult to read, but we'll see how we go. Message for my pile threes. What do my pile threes need to know today? Message for my pile threes. What do they need to know? Message for my pile threes. What do they need to know? All right, so okay, my pile number threes. So now that we've got all your cards ready, let's have a look and see what your message for today is. Broken wishbone, wish will not be granted. Beau, you are highly thought of. We have wealth. Wow, we have money path. A path with money is waiting for you to find it. Quill, get back to the basics. And we have wall with misunderstanding. Let's have a look at the other cards. We have face your fears, release the power of fear. And we have sensuality, express your sensuality. Maybe something that you really wanted and thought was your destiny ended up not working out, and it's really got you down. But with the misunderstanding card here and all this money, path and wealth, I think it was a divine redirection. And this woman on this horse, she's wearing a blindfold and she's trusting the horse to take her where she needs to go. And I think that's something, it's a message for you to trust the process. Now we're going to leave the tarot cards till the end, once we've got all our oracle cards. Yeah, we have Go For It. Leave the past behind. Yeah, there's something that happened that really broke your spirit, I'm hearing. And caused you to sort of second guess your abilities, but clearly you don't see yourself the way others do. You're highly thought of. I'm really hearing that something happened that crushed your spirit, and you're in sort of a period of wondering. Like, you're not sure which way to go. You really thought this was the thing for you, and then suddenly it didn't work out. But, or maybe even with this Go For It, something new has is coming for you. Like, it's something new is starting to manifest for you, but you're not sure whether to go for it because your heart was set on something else, and this might be completely different, and it's going against the plan you originally had. What if I choose to face the person in the mirror and face your fears? Actually, I'm gonna put them like this. What if I always have 3 choices? Yeah. You might be sort of limiting your, or mentally limiting your options, because you had a set path that you were going down and you thought, this is it, this is the thing, but now you're stuck because it didn't work out the way you had hoped it to work out. Let's have a look. We have number 22 with invasive. And we have devoted. If this was a relationship, I'm getting that, or even like a commitment of to something, to your path, to someone, to a career. I'm getting that you're someone that once you commit to something, especially with this Capricorn here, once you commit to something, you're committed, and like you're not one to break a promise. So when something like this doesn't work out, it's really hard for you to let go of that and move forward into something else, because you had it already set in your mind that you wanted to see this to the end, and it's hard for you to change your plans once you have something set in your mind. But I'm getting here that it's time for you to move on from this and to not limit yourself to one option, because with this what if I have 3 choices, you always have different options, but you might have limited yourself from them. It's almost like you're devoted to a fault at times. Wanting more for others puts me into an energy of abundance. I believe I'm worthy of feeling good. Maybe whatever didn't work out here, like I said before, it really crushed your spirit and really shook your self-confidence. Or maybe brought up subconscious limiting beliefs about yourself that you hadn't really considered or had the time to process or go through. And whatever happened here sort of forced you to come back into yourself and reevaluate and assess. We have life unveils her holy face. With beauty. I think that, yeah, with misunderstanding over here and life unveils her holy face of beauty, and this figure here holding her heart, I think something shook your self-confidence so deeply that you were so thrown off, and you felt like you completely lost your way, and it really weighed heavy on your heart and your perspective of yourself. Like perhaps, you know, with sensuality, and you're highly thought of, and this beautiful young woman here, maybe you lost confidence in yourself, and you have all these invasive thoughts like you're not beautiful, you're not worthy, you know, maybe you have body dysmorphia or like an eating disorder, but I'm getting that this tower moment, this crumbling of this tower that you had in your mind had to come down for you to really heal this inner wounds that you have from the past that you might have been ignoring up until now, before you move into this really abundant, prosperous wealth, and both spiritually, physically, emotionally. I think this wealth and prosperity needs to be built on a strong foundation, a strong sense of self. And you must feel so lost at the moment and so dissuaded. So your sense of self-worth and is just like, I heard, is just tanked. And I'm so sorry, pile 3. Whatever happened here, try to remember that it happened for your highest good, to move you towards something even more abundant and prosperous for yourself. I think your idea of yourself was so skewed and so mistaken. Like, whoever or whatever it was that caused you to question your worth. And I keep hearing beauty, your not just your physical beauty, but your heart, your spirit, the way you think, the way you bring things to life, into being. It's truly one of a kind. And I don't think you see that, and it's holding you back at the moment. But I need you to almost, I want to say, blindly trust your one of a kind beauty in spirit, in heart, in mind, in soul, in physicality. And that's really going to give you the confidence to run towards this new journey, this new life. I think you have a lot of anxious thoughts, a lot of invasive, intrusive thoughts about yourself. Like, you might think others don't, you might think a lot about what others think of you, and getting that your perception of other people's perception of you is completely wrong with this bow, and you are highly thought of. I think I had covet you, like, people really think so highly of you. Oh my god, they're so beautiful, so handsome, they're so talented, they're so amazing. Their options, their choices in life are limited. Like, they have everything. And that's why I think this misunderstanding card's coming out. Yeah, and I think with this get back to basics, it's this time in your life is an invitation to slow down and to really build yourself back up again from whatever sort of crushed your spirit. You're worthy of feeling good. You're allowed to slow down and come back to self and to work on healing. I think you might feel like working on yourself in like the healing department, like therapy, or like working through your traumas, you might have been led to believe that it's like a waste of time, or it's going to slow you down. But I'm seeing that this work is so crucial for you to be able to accept this beautiful life coming for you, because you'll be seeing life from a totally different perspective. You'll be open to it. You won't be so rigid in your sense of self, your opinions on yourself and your path, you'll be more open, I'm hearing. I think you might have like locked away some parts of you in the past because, or even now, because you think it's not relevant or it's not going to help you in your life. You might even think it's something that'll hold you back, whether that's your sensuality. That's not, sensuality is your softness, your emotions, your feelings. It's flowy, it's not rigid, it's to be shared with others. Maybe in the past you had been led to believe that this softer side of you is weak. It's not helpful, it's just gonna hold you back. It's not true, pile 3. Express your sensuality. It's definitely an invitation to open your heart back up. Not be afraid to express yourself. Yeah, I heard like you're gonna start glowing from the inside once you accept your heart and allow yourself to flow. Allow your heart to flow out, because with this life unveils her holy face, it's like everyone is turning around to look. I see you glowing from within. Oh, I feel like I'm tearing up. Like I keep saying she, but like they are one of a kind. I've never seen anyone like them. I've never seen anyone like pile 3. Yeah, I don't know what this is, pile 3. Let me know in the comments down below if you know what I'm referring to, but I just got this, like, I feel so teary. Like you have something in your heart that when you share it, it's going to draw so many people in and it's going to bring you this abundance. And people are going, well, more than already, people are going to think so highly of you and covet you, really be in awe of your inner and outer beauty, of the way you think, the way you speak, the way you touch other people's lives. I'm really getting that. I think you've been sort of putting on a mask, trying to appease others or how you think others want you to be for so long. And with this, what if I choose to face the person in the mirror? And with this devoted card, I think it's such a big invitation for you to devote yourself, to being authentic to your heart and not hiding yourself away anymore, trying to please whoever or whatever that is that you have been trying to. Once you come from a place of authenticity to yourself and your spirit, my God, pile 3, you're going to draw people in like nothing else. And you won't feel like this imposter syndrome anymore. You won't feel like you're faking yourself anymore, because everything you do, you'll be doing from the heart. And people are going to feel that and just be so drawn to you. sacrifice. Yeah, I think you might have felt like you needed to, in the past, sacrifice part of yourself to get to where you wanted to go. Which is why Spirit broke that, like, shook that tower and let it crumble so that you let go of this thought process, this mindset. Death rites, saying goodbye, formal occasion, honoring lives. Yeah, it's like it's time to leave whatever this was behind and start really living from your heart and start being authentic and true to yourself, because that's the way that everything starts to tie together. Some of you might be, especially with this blue, it reminds me of Scrubs. So some of you might be doctors or nurses, especially with honoring lives. But that's a very specific message. But yeah, I think especially with honoring lives, I think that you must be such a caring and loving soul. And when you start living from your heart and authentically, you're going to be honoring not only yourself, but the people around you and other, like, everyone else. Because you're going to be bringing something forward that nobody else has, nobody else can offer. Nobody is like you. Yeah, you see, like, she's holding this energy to her heart and then she's handing it over, like she's giving it to others. Wanting more for others puts me in an energy of abundance. It's like, whatever this is, whatever you have to share, this beautiful, like, soulful energy that you have to share with everyone else, like share with others. I'm just seeing it's gonna bring you to the light. It's gonna bring you so much more than you give. Yeah. And we have number 34, Sacrament of Extreme Unction. So let's have a read in the guidebook for this one. I love how the message in the guidebook ties in with the reading. So let's have a look. Number 34. I think we have two 34s. Maybe I was wrong. But we do have two 35s. We have 22 and 11. Yeah, like, I keep coming back to this life unveils her holy face. It's like pile 3 unveils her holy face to the world like she never had done before. Life unveils his holy face. It's like you're coming out of your shell in a way you've never done before, and it's like, just, people are gonna be so enamored, whatever this is, my goodness. Your heart knows how to let go so you can find peace. I love this guidebook. It is time for you to experience spiritual closure. A beautiful new reality is opening up for you. Entering it requires you to release your attachment to the past. Leave the past behind. You have been inwardly preparing for a powerful rebirth. Now is the time to trust in what is meant for you and move toward it with an open, trusting heart and peaceful mind. Exactly. To avoid the taint of causing unnecessary issues in the present, the Oracle of the Sacrament of Extreme Unction brings powerful spiritual last rites so you can be cleansed and liberated into the fullness of your next phase. In the Catholic tradition, extreme unction is performed at the end of physical passing. Oh my goodness, what the heck? And that's exactly what this card is talking about with death rites. In the Catholic tradition, extreme unction is performed at the time of physical passing to cleanse the soul and allow it to gracefully leave the body and enter the afterlife. In the context of this oracle, the symbol equivalent of the sacrament is the powerful intervention of spirit. Spirit intervened in whatever this was that you thought was your path, to free you from the grip of what has been. It is a liberation from habit and the compelling lure of the familiar. It is divine forgiveness and healing. Ooh, my gosh. This oracle wishes to bring to attention the ending of a particularly stubborn pattern. As it does, you will feel greater freedom in a new lease on life, as if you are being born again within this lifetime. It augurs significant permanent healing release. Wow. The universe is offering you a powerful spiritual gift. Your heart knows how to receive it. Let go. There is no turning back. It is time to start anew. It is your time to be happy and free. Oh, I want to cry. My goodness. Power 3. If that isn't a confirmation to not let this past experiences hold you back, and to let go and really accept your magnificence and your beauty. I don't know what is, because huge abundance, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically, it's all coming. It's all coming for you. Yeah, so we're coming out of this 5 of Pentacles, lack mentality energy, into this 4 of Wands, this celebration, this stability, this community, this happiness. There's so many people that want to be in your energy field, I'm hearing. But you had to let go of this sort of closed energy, this closed mentality, in order for you to fully accept it. Yeah, the Empress, just divine beauty, creation. This is my beauty card. Like, whenever this comes out, I think like life unveils her holy face. You are unveiling your holy face. You are unveiling your face to the world. Mask-free, authentic, beautiful. Like, I don't know, I really feel like you needed to hear that, Power 3. Like, you are beautiful. Don't doubt that for a second. The end of a cycle, the beginning of a new cycle. Something you would never have dreamed in your most beautiful dreams. And this will all be birthed from a new sense of clarity in yourself, in the world, your understanding of who you are and what you're meant to do, from a fresh new perspective, a healed mentality, a healed mind state and soul. Yeah. With a newfound sense of confidence and fire in your soul. This wand you're going to wield and create such big, beautiful blessings and manifestations that you never would have dreamed of, pile 3. Enough to share. It's time to it's not even pick up the pieces, it's move to a totally different place and build a castle instead of a tower. One that has room to share. Wow. Power 3, you know. You're special, you're highly thought of. This happened for a reason, this close, this crumbling of the tower, for something even greater to come through. And I think this message today for you is encouragement that it didn't happen for naught. Something greater is coming through for you. Don't feel discouraged by this, because something beautiful is coming for you, or coming out of you. So take the time to heal, journal, write down your feelings, your dreams, and start really, I'm hearing, like, I'm seeing in my mind like untangling of strings. I think there's a big tangled knot of emotions and feelings and traumas, and I want you to slowly start picking it apart and be gentle, be kind to yourself, be patient, but slowly just start pulling it apart and straightening back out again. This ending wasn't really an ending, it was more of a beginning into something else. So keep at it, pile 3. You are amazing, you're beautiful. What you have to share, your heart, whatever this is, this idea, like, it's going to change so many lives. People are going to be in absolute awe. So all my blessings to you, pile 3. I hope you enjoyed this reading. Please let me know down below what this is. Like, I'm so curious. I hope you have a lovely rest of the day or night, wherever you are, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye, pile 3.